of the first. Alex Penner, a player that we have highlighted on this roster time and time again for just how successful he was this past year at Scottsdale. You just mentioned it, 11 home runs this past year, 11 home runs in 2016 for the Fighting Artichokes, and now for the Green Bay Bullfrogs, tacks on his first one and his first at-bat of the season. Bullfrogs up now 2-0 here in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up Zach Plunkett, University of Arkansas product. Watching the first one go by high for a ball, 1-0. Plunkett, you talk about hitting for power yesterday in batting practice, and just about every ball he saw over the fence. 1-0 pitch, just a bit low, 2-0. So he's a player to watch on this roster as well. Batting cleanup today for the Bullfrogs, but Penner decided that he would clean the bases before Plunkett got a shot at it.
So you can read it once. And then
2-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled away back into the backstop, 2-1. But Plunkett's a guy with a lot of success. He's traveled some throughout his baseball career as well. Started out at TCU, of course, Texas Christian University over in Texas, well known for its baseball program. Transfers to Arkansas, another school well known for its baseball program, and now, of course, finds himself spending his summer in the Midwest in Wisconsin. Watches the 2-1 pitch go by for a ball, 3-1. The offering, low and in the dirt, ball 4. That'll be another walk up on the board for the Woodchucks. Jordan Cardenas trying to get into a groove here early. That'll bring up Brett Bautista, the left fielder. Brett Bautista out of Granite Bay, California, the San Jose State Spartan. Redshirt junior takes a cut at the first pitch he sees, misses it, 0-1. Bautista redshirted this past season due to injury. He kind of struggled during his junior year as well in 2016, just playing in 10 games. But before that, he was one of the best players for the Spartans. Swings at the 0-1 pitch. It's a chopper up the middle. And he will safely get to first, and some smart base running there by Zach Plunkett. He's going to get over to third. A bouncer right over the pitcher's mound. Jake Rosen attacks it, can't handle it in his glove, trying to make the play over at first. Plops on the ground, and that enables Plunkett to trot on over to third base. So now runners on the corners for the Bullfrogs. They lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning with 1 out on the board. So the second hit of the ball game for the Bullfrogs. It was a tough play to make for the shortstop Rosen. That will bring up Kyle Benyo, playing center field today for the Bullfrogs. First pitch gets away from him, slides in safely at home. Bullfrogs take a 3-0 lead. Zach Plunkett, quick off the throw, gets away from the catcher, and Plunkett gets home safely. So wild pitch results and a run for the Bullfrogs. They lead 3-0 now here in the bottom of the first inning. Plunkett, with some solid base running here so far in this one, managed to get over the third after the tough play by the shortstop off of Bautista's bat. And then gets home off the wild pitch. 1-0 pitch swung on. Fly out into right field. It's an easy play for Jackson Owen, and the Woodchucks now have 2 outs on the board. On the wild pitch, that did advance Bautista over to second as well. So both runners advanced 1 base. And it resulted in a run for the Bullfrogs as well. That'll bring up David Mayberry, the right fielder. Mayberry out of Daytona State College, just a freshman. 6'2", 220, big, stocky frame out of Shalimar, Florida. This past season had a phenomenal year. For Daytona State, he led the team in batting average, runs, and hits, as well as doubles and slug percentage. That is .359 on the year. First pitch he sees, watches it come by a bit low, 1-0. Gordon Cardenas trying to get out of the inning. 2-run shot from Pinner. And a wild pitch is how we got to 3-0. 1-0 offering. Swung on. Fouled away right side and out of the stadium. 1-1. All right. 1-1 count here. 2 outs. Runner at second. Bottom of the first inning. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 3-0. Mayberry at the plate. Swings at the 1-1 pitch. It's a grounder to the second baseman, Nolan Wright. Throws it over to Andrew Kendrick at first, and that retires the inning. But not before the Bullfrogs put up 2 hits on the board as well as 3 runs. We'll be back with the second inning after this. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a brew pub pizza? Designed to be the best pub pizzas ever made, every brew pub Lots of Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brew pub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brew pub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brew Pub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brew pub Lots of Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
Tired of running to the bank for every little check? You can save a trip to the bank with the convenience of mobile check deposit from the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. Snapping a picture with our app is as safe as depositing checks at one of our 7 locations. No more rushing to the bank before closing to make those important deposits. Visit snbt.com to enroll for mobile check deposit today. The Stevenson National Bank and Trust, 101 Gray Lake Way in O'Connell. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's opening day here for the Green Bay Bullfrogs, and they lead the Wisconsin Woodchucks 3-0 after 1 frame. About to get underway with the top of the second inning. Jared Toby still on the mound for the Bullfrogs after going 1-2-3 in the top of the first. And due up for the Woodchucks will be Andrew Kendrick, Pavin Parks, and Kyle Warzinski. Andrew Kendrick, the first baseman today for the Woodchucks. Kendrick, out of Youngstown State University, resides in Springfield, Missouri. Right-hander, tall, stocky frame, 6'2", 220. If you missed the first inning, you missed quite a bit. It was a quick top of the first, 1-2-3, as just mentioned. And in the bottom of that first inning, it was a 2-run shot from Alex Pinner, the Scottsdale University product, send it over the right field wall to put the Bullfrogs up 2-0. A walk, and then a Bautista hit puts Zach Plunkett, to third, and a wild pitch brings him home to where we are now, 3-0 here in the top of the second. First pitch goes across for a ball, 1-0. Toby kicks and delivers. That went a bit low as well, 2-0. Jared Toby, of course, on the mound for the Bullfrogs, the Wayne State University product. This past season posted a 5.43 ERA, 6-3 record, and posted 55 strikeouts on the year. The 2-0 pitch, low and inside, 3-0.
You can use that book if you want.
Jared Toby, not that bad at the plate as well. Batted .273 in 21 at-bats this past season. And the 3-0 pitch goes low as well after having a phenomenal top of the first 4 pitches he throws in the second, all go for balls. And the Woodchucks have their first base runner of the day. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Pavin Parks. Parks, the righty, out of Seminole State College. Grew up in Uniontown, Ohio. The sophomore has a few teammates on the team as well. DJ Moreland, as well as the assistant coach Ronnie Richardson, are both from Seminole State. First pitch sent. Toby throws to the new batter, Parks, goes by for a strike. Toby delivers the 0-1. Got him looking, 0-2. Toby won his school's best pitcher award this past season and the season before last. And has seen many all-academic awards throughout his career. 0-2 pitch, swung on, slow grounder over to first base. Penner charges it. Looks like it's going to be an easy play, a toss to Toby. But as he catches it, he's going to take it out of his glove, and it just falls out. A lack of concentration here on opening day. Hasn't played in a little bit of time. Scottsdale finished up a week ago or so. It's the first mishap of the season for the Bullfrogs. So runners on first and second here in the top of the first. Bullfrogs lead 3-0. No outs on the board just yet for the Bullfrogs.
Go ahead and then 0.
We'll bring up Kyle Morzinski. Ivan Nunes will be at the plate. He fouls one away right side. Looks like we have some mix-ups on our lineup card here, as Nunes was posted to be in the 9 hole, but is batting in the 5th hole. 6. Ivan Nunes playing third base today. Fouls the first one away. The 0-1 pitch takes a hefty cut at it. And now 0-2. No outs on the board. Runners at first and second. Woodchuck still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Watches it go by. Another backwards K. So 2 strikeouts to Toby's name here in 2 innings pitched. And that will now bring up Kyle Morzinski. Kyle Morzinski
Thank you for bringing up the picture there, Rachel. I appreciate that.
is the catcher today. UW Stevens Point, not too far away. The hometown boy, Ash Schwabenheim. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Smart play by the third baseman. Go to first in time. The double play. Finn Challey on a temporary contract. Scoops up the ground ball. Steps on third for the second out. And a strong toss over to Alex Penner at first. Gets to the second and leaves 2 runners stranded. That'll do it for the top of the second. Bullfrogs lead 3-0. Stay tuned for the bottom of the second inning. Bullfrogs lead 3-0. You're listening to WOCO. American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Ocano Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Ocano Falls.
Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. About to get underway with the bottom of the second inning on a cloudy, overcast Tuesday, day after Memorial Day. We saw some rain earlier this afternoon. You can see the flags out in center field, very wavy, gusty winds out there, flying from left to right center field. And due up for the Bullfrogs will be Ben Challey, a third baseman who just recorded that gorgeous double play where he scooped it up cleanly, stepped on the bag, tossed it over to Pinner for the 2 outs team in the top of the second. Watches the first one go by for a strike. The 0-1 offering swung on, fouled back into the netting. 0-2. Gordon Cardenas trying to get into a groove here after letting up the early home run in the first. That one swung on high, pop up into shallow center. It's an easy play for Andrew Smith. Blows the glove up, scoops it, finishes out the play, and gets the first out of this bottom of the second. That will bring up Ben Hart, the Oakland University product. Ben Hart shuffled in today, actually. Was quite quick. You got to get in, get his number, jersey, headshot, all the things that need to get done before you can play here in the Northwoods League. And watches the first one go by for a ball.
We'll figure out a real.
Ben Hart playing second base today for the Bullfrogs. As he watches the 1-0 pitch hit the dirt for the second ball, 2-0. Ben Hart out of Rochester Hills, Michigan, not too far away from here. Last season was the All Horizon League second team when he batted .305 on the year, which was second best on the team. Hefty swing at the 2-0, misses it all, 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. The broadcast today is also on YouTube at WOCO Sports Radio Stream. So search WOCO Sports Radio Stream and you'll find this broadcast on YouTube as well. Of course, we're on the Northwoods League broadcast as well as WOCO here on 107.1 Green Bay. So Ben Hart watches 4 balls go by and finds himself over at first base safely. And it's the third walk of the day, all of which coming on base on ball. And so that will bring us back up to the top of the lineup. His last time up, he was walked.
Nice. Beautiful.
First pitch he sees outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Ty Janrowski, of course, the recent NIU commitment. Throw over to first, not in time. Janrowski, solid pitcher as well. Would not be surprised if the Bullfrogs throw him in as he swings at the 0-1 pitch, and it's a grounder right up the middle gap, and that's a base hit for Ty Janrowski, his first hit of the ball game, and he's 1 for 1 on the year. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Aaron Plesner. Plesner out of San Jose State University. As mentioned, the standout freshman this past season and had a good season this year as well to boot. The throw home. In the dirt. 1-0. Gordon Cardenas trying to get in the groove here. 1 out on the board. Runners at second and first here in the bottom of the second inning. Bullfrogs lead 3-0. Checks the runner at second. And delivers. Swung on. It's a high fly ball in shallow left center field, and it drops fair. A beautiful base hit there from Plesner. Off the bat, looks like it's going to be a can of corn, but the longer it sits in the air, you realize it's going to hit right in between the shortstop, center fielder, and left fielder. Mangum, Rosen, and Smith had nothing to do for it. And it's a base hit for the Bullfrogs, their 4th of the day. And now the base is loaded for the home run man. Alex Pinner, last time up, stepped up to the plate and cranked one over the Pepsi sign in right field and gave the Bullfrogs a 2-0 lead. Opportunity for a grand slam here. First one gets away from him.
Not messed up, Rachel.
Nearly Another wild pitch. We've seen one result in a run so far today already. Catcher is able to get over to it in time, however, no harm done. Runner at third stays. Ben Hart's at third, Janrowski at second, and Aaron Plesher, of course, over at first base. Alex Pinner, as mentioned, a recent Mississippi State commit. If you check out BullfrogsProgram.com, there's a story up about his commitment from Scottsdale to Mississippi State. Watches the 1-0 pitch, find that outside black 1-1. One out on the board, bases loaded here in the bottom of the second. Bullfrogs lead 3-0. The 1-1. Swung on up the middle of the field, and it finds the gap. That'll be a base hit RBI for Alex Pinner, and the Bullfrogs take a 4-0 lead here early in the bottom of the second. So Alex Pinner 2 for 2 on the year with a home run and a base hit, as well as 3 RBIs. And that will bring up Zach Plunkett. We talked about the power that this kid has. The TCU transfer into Arkansas University was sending every pitch he saw in batting practice over the wall. We'll see what we can do here in a game-time situation with the bases loaded. The offering, just a bit low at the shins, 1-0. Plunkett supporting the neon orange batting gloves. Digs in. 1-0 pitch. Well inside for a ball, 2-0. Zach Plunkett, the most recent contestant on the Dash Lido's Hot Seat, the new video series that the Bullfrogs have here at the stadium. Very similar to any hot seat type video that you will see. And the 2-1 offering. That one's low and in the dirt. Ball 3. So 3-0 count here with the bases loaded, 1 out on the board. The Bullfrogs lead 4-0. And the Woodchucks have sent a pitcher out to the bullpen. So Plunkett digs back in. Cardenas comes home, and that's chin music. Ball 4. And they'll walk a run in. And the Bullfrogs now with a 5-0 lead. Another walk up on the board. The Bullfrogs lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And it looks like it will be a visit to the mound here in Green Bay as the head coach comes out to speak with the pitcher on the mound, Gordon Cardenas.
You guys have to ask Scott. I don't know.
Fabian Andrew, the field manager for the Woodchucks this year, coach at Hillsborough Community College. He's assisted by Chris Smith, the assistant at St. Petersburg Community College. Ronnie Richardson is also an assistant at Seminole State. And Marcus Davis is another assistant on this Wisconsin roster. So that will bring up Brett Bautista, the left fielder, to the plate with the bases loaded. They decide to stay with Cardenas for now. First pitch he sees. Finds the outside black, 0-1. So 2 walks already in this inning. 3 hits. And 2 RBI. 0-1 pitch swung on, fouled away right side towards the Miller Lite Liney's deck. You're listening on the radio, the Liney's deck out in right field. It's almost right in the action. You can sit out there and watch the game, and a home run ball can easily sit in right in there. Land right in there, rather. As the 0-2 pitch is fouled away left side, up and away. In left field, there's the Bud Light Beach Club with a beach and everything. They just stand out there. So they're in left and right field. There's some great places to watch a baseball game here in Green Bay. 0-2 pitch swung on, fouled away right side, and that's over in the Liney's fan deck as well. So Bautista trying to stay alive here. Bautista, as mentioned, had a lot of success in his underclassmen years of college and struggled with some injuries here the most recently. Redshirted this season due to injury. The Spartan digs in. The 0-2 pitch. That one just a bit low. That was close. 1-2. On deck for the Bullfrogs will be Kyle Bino, the center fielder, and David Mayberry in the hole. Cardenas shakes his head, delivers, and that one's found a way back into the backstop. Bautista doing everything to stay alive. Found a way. 4 balls now, 1-2. Count with 1 out. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the second inning. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 5-0. Cardenas comes home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will retire Bautista. The first strikeout of the day for Cardenas. And that'll bring up Kyle Bino. Kyle Bino, a player that Chris Sabo is very excited about. Bino out of University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. The junior Panther this past season batted .327 in 46 games, posting 10 doubles, 35 RBIs. Swings at the first pitch he sees. It's a high fly ball out in right field in foul territory, just right next to the Liney's fan deck, and that will retire the bottom of the second. 3 runners stranded. Bases were loaded. Bino flies one all the way out over in right field and retires the second inning. That'll do it for the second inning. Stay tuned for the top of the third inning. That's when we'll get there. You're listening to WOCO 1071 Northwoods League webcast as well. Stay tuned. Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts. Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state. Back to Joanne Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. All night on the call for you. The voice of the Green Bay Bullfrogs this season. I'll be with you here on 107.1 throughout the entirety of the season, all 72 games in 74 days. And on all of the home webcasts on the Northwoods League webcasts. Of course, you can listen to WOCO on YouTube on WOCO Sports Radio live stream. Now to get on our way over the top of the third inning, Jerry Toby still on the mound for the Bullfrogs. So far in this one, allowed just 1 hit on the day. Due up for the Woodchucks will be number 4, Jake Rosen. Jake Rosen, the shortstop for the Woodchucks. About to dig in here in the top of the third, where the Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 5-0. Jake Rosen, the shortstop out of Northborough, Massachusetts, the Virginia Tech product. Watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. That Virginia Tech roster boasts a lot of players from that Massachusetts state. Former head coach, the Boston finds himself with.
It was just a ground out too.
Quite
Second baseman, 4-3. That was.
the many Massachusetts players on his roster. The 1-1 offering. That one just finds the inside corner. Watches it go by. 1-2. 1-2 count. Jared Tovey on the mound. Swing at the 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Grounded right back to Tovey. It's an easy barehanded play. Throws it over to first. And it grabs the first out of the top of the third. That will bring up Nolan Ryan, the second baseman. Nolan Ryan out of Henderson State, the Woodbury, Minnesota native. Junior second baseman, tall, stocky frame, 6'1", 195. Digs in.
Yeah, be the next guy.
Jared Tovey kicks the leg and deals. Swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1.
Yeah, he walked.
0-1 count here. 1 out on the board. Bullfrogs lead 5-0 in the top of the third.
Thank you.
First pitch goes by in the dirt. 1-1. You talk about this season for these players, 72 games in 74 days. It's a grueling season, very similar to the minor league system. That's the ideology behind the creation of the league, and where it's gone from here back to 5 teams all the way back from the creation to now an expanded 20, as the league has added 2 more teams this season, and the Fond du Lac Fond du Lac, and the team in the North Division as well. 1-2 pitch gets away from him. I'll bring the count to 2-2. Toby with a little smirk after it got away from him. 2-2 count here, 1 out on the board.
This guy had 2 strikes right away.
Bullfrogs and Woodchucks, of course, in the South Division. Of the Northwoods League. As the 2-2 pitch comes around, nearly got him, but just outside. That brings it to a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on the board. Toby toes the rubber. Ryan digs in, kicks the leg, the offering, swung on, grounder to Ben Hart, scoops it up easily, throws it over to first, nearly gets away from him. It does get away from him. Alex Penner able to snag it and apply the tag rather than stepping on the base. Ben Hart, of course, traveling all the way from his hometown here to get here today. Didn't show up until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Finds himself in the starting lineup playing second base. You got to think, this guy hasn't gotten that many ground balls to him. The throw over to first, not quite on target, but no harm done. Tag is applied, and the second out is now on the board. That will bring up Kyle Morzinski for his first at-bat of the day. Watches the first one go by for a strike. The 0-1 offering is well outside, 1-1.
Yeah.
Kyle Morzinski
Looking, but there's not in that. And this one, but down on the other one was.
at the plate for the Woodchucks. The catcher launches the 1-1 offering go by for a ball, 2-1.
Now would be a good time to bring Booker T in.
The 2-1 offering. That's just a bit high. The half inning. What's the?
Yeah, I'll bring him in maybe a little bit earlier. To get him in.
That one goes by for a ball as well. 3-1 count, 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs lead 5-0. The 3-1 pitch just a bit low, and that's the first walk of the game here for Toby. And so Morzinski will trot on over to first base. So that will go to Jackson Owens. Now digging in for the Woodchucks. Looks like got a little more tingling around on my lineup card here. Kyle Morzinski was not there. It was another player who trotted over to first base, and Andrew Smith. And so Jackson Owens now at the plate for the Bullfrogs. And for those of you tuning in on WOCO 1071 YouTube live stream on the radio and, of course, the Northwoods League website, we have a treat for you. We'll be joined by five-time WWE World Champion Booker T in the bottom of the third inning. So make sure you stay tuned after the third out here in Green Bay. Toby delivers home just a bit outside there. 1-2 count here, 2 outs on the board. Andrew Smith over at first base. Jackson Owens, the Texas A&M Corpus Christian product, digs back in for the 1-2. The offering, just a bit inside, evens it up, deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jared Toby trying to get back into a groove here. 3 strikeouts on the day. Wayne State product throws it back over to first to make sure that Andrew Smith isn't going anywhere. He's back safely. The majority of the Green Bay Bullfrogs bullpen is here in town. There's some of the positional players are not back in time quite yet. There's 5 players on the roster that are playing in the NCAA tournament, 1 playing in the Junior College World Series currently in Alex Lee. So the 2-2 count, 2 outs on the board. Toby comes home, swung on, grounded right back to Toby. He makes the play on it, tosses it over to first. Alex Pinner squeezes it and retires the top of the third. 1 runner stranded off of 1 walk, and that will do it for the top of the third. Stay tuned as Booker T will be joining us for the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to 1071 WOCO.
Have you discovered the privileges of membership? NEW Credit Union is a full-service, member-owned financial cooperative where many of the services are low cost or no cost. NEW Credit Union offers a full range of financial management products, including savings, share draft checking, consumer, auto, recreational vehicle, and home loans, as well as financial counseling resources. Offices are located at 301 Jackson Street, O'Connell Falls, 405 Pecourt Street, O'Connell, and 717 East Main Street, Surrey. Online at newcu.org. We also have easy member account access with your smartphone through our mobile money app. NEW Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration and is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, O'Connell, and Shawano counties. Members matter most at NEW Credit Union, where we can help you own it.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Haney Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nolan Knight here with WWE wrestler Booker T. Welcome to Green Bay.
Yeah, what's going on? Former wrestler, WWE Hall of Famer.
Okay, 5-time world champion, of course. 6 if you're really telling me.
Actually 6, you know.
And so on the mound, there is a new pitcher here. Let's get these out for you real fast. Supporting the number 16 today for the Woodchucks will be Josh Bottenfield. Concord, North Carolina A&T native. So, how have you enjoyed your stay so far?
You know, it's been awesome. You know, the fans actually makes, you know, the whole day for me. You know, some of the fans I've met before, you know, some was first time, you know, some was like fans that never see me wrestle before, but, you know, see me do commentating, watch me on YouTube. So, it's pretty awesome.
That's great. So, what have you been doing nowadays? I've heard that you've been doing some commentating.
Yeah. You know, commentating on Monday Night Raw now. You know, I'm doing the SmackDown kickoff games as well. Got a big show coming up on Sunday. We're going to can't see for that, but I tell you, right now here has never happened in wrestling. I'm running for mayor of Houston 2019, so we're busy man.
Mayor of Houston.
Yes.
Are you excited for that?
You know, I am. I'm excited, but I think I'm more excited just to, get the work done more than anything. More excited to go to work for the young people in the city of Houston. I think we overlook young people. We don't think about them enough, and I think we need to bring them into the conversation as far as changing problems as well as solving problems.
That's great. Ground ball over to the shortstop. Throw to first in time to retire the first out of the ball game. That will bring up number 28 for the Bullfrogs, Ben Challey. One of the biggest things that you really want to try to help
education. I think, and I guess me being one of those kids, you can find yourself one of those kids getting pushed through school. I think teachers need to, be put in a position where they're making more money. Also, they're actually the teachers of our kids. As far as our future goes. So I think homelessness is a huge issue in the city right now. We talk about the pensions as far as our police, firemen, municipal workers. It's a lot of work needs to be done. I think first and foremost, just have to get a good team together to take care of certain issues and maybe be the mayor.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what's this new television show that you were talking about?
Actually, I got a show that comes on CW39 in Houston, Texas called Reality of Wrestling. I have a wrestling school, and it's all comprised of my young guys trying to make it to the next level of not just professional wrestling, but life itself. I say if I produce positive young men and young women, I've done my job. If they got the talent to go to the next level, I'll put the word in.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So, you much of a baseball fan at all?
Houston Astros, we haven't had a whole lot of success, but we got a good team. But as far as making it, to that next level, we need to spend the money. We need to be a little bit more like, the Yankees, If we're going to get a championship, we got to get the right players in the right positions to get the job done, opposed to just, bringing in guys who've been there and just looking to come pick up a picture.
So Ben Challey grounds one straight back to the new pitcher on the mound. He's able to make the play. Looks like it's going to be an easy toss over to first. Loses some concentration. It's a bit too high, and the foot comes off the bag from Andrew Kendrick, and that will go down as an error. And now Ben Challey over at first base will bring up Ben Hart. So, of course, athletic guy, world champion. If you could think of one major sports memory from your lifetime, what would be your favorite?
Oh, man. Of course, I think it would be, it's kind of crazy, but it would be my first tag team championship that I won with my brother. It was in the Global Wrestling Federation. And I think the memory was so vivid because all of my brothers, all of my sisters were there. My mother, she had passed when I was a young kid. Just to have all my brothers and sisters there and watch me and my brother go out there and win something, even though it wasn't, it was real to us, but to win the Global Wrestling Championship, my fondest memory. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, then what do you miss most about wrestling?
The entertainment, going out and performing, Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, making the crowd feel a certain way, the emotion, and, the pain I don't miss, the road time I don't miss, but the fans and the camaraderie of the boys, I still get a chance to do that, but just that in-ring performance, man, that pop and that roar of the crowd, something is addictive, man. You never get used to it.
That's great. And all your streaks there, Ben Hart digs in, launches one way out to right field, and uses his speed to get over to third base. So 2 outs on the board, runner on third now for Ty Jandrowski. Nearly got a home run there. I was going to try to make it get a little blind there. But we'll wait on it. So that's great, though. Obviously, you mentioned going to run for mayor. You got new television shows going on. Radio show as well. You seem very involved in the sports community. I appreciate you coming on today, and it's been an absolute pleasure to call this game with you. If you don't mind just sticking around for this last out here as Ty Jandrowski digs in here. First pitch he sees, grounded over to first base, and it just gets by Andrew Kendrick there, and that'll be a base hit, RBI for Ty Jandrowski. Bullfrogs take a 6-0 lead. So, of course, you talk about changes and all this. How many kids at home?
I got 6 twins, and I got a 33-year-old son as well. So it's kind of crazy starting all over again. But I tell you, my little girl, she's very athletic. She always talking about wanting to be a professional wrestler. So I can actually see her making that step. Really? And becoming the next Queen Charmel. Like her mom. So looking forward to it. And my thing is, I'm not going to push her. But if she actually happened to go that way, I'll be there to support.
What name would you give her?
Well, her name is Kennedy Rose, so I probably would call her, Rosita.
Oh, Rosita.
Yeah.
I like it. That'd be great. You commentating her and she wrestling. Oh, that would be a deal to watch. So 1-1 count here now for Aaron Plesher, San Jose State University. Do you have any colleges that you've rooted for over the years?
Definitely U of H in Houston. I've always been, my go-to team. Hakeem Olajuwon came out of there. From a basketball perspective. That's where I guess we've had the most success. 94, 95. Actually, was 3 years for Houston. In the basketball team.
Yeah, they've had a lot of success recently with their football program as well, of course.
A lot of success, but we haven't been able to cash in there again. Quarterback problems, running back problems, Marshall going down, but, he was the ace, and the thing is, you can't, put too much pressure on one position, and I think that's one of our biggest problems.
Of course, great head coach there.
Yeah. Head coach is doing a good job, and like I was saying, just putting together the team, I think has been a good job. But I say you got to go out there and you got to spend the big money to get the big top players if you want to win the big game.
Very true. There's a lot of programs that have you think of the Alabamas of the college football award, of course, and the LSU's and Ohio State's, all that money that goes into those programs. Always,
they're always winning.
A single.
With that being said, 2 outs on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ty Janderowski over at first. And the 2-2 pitch swung off. Strike 3. And Aaron Plesher goes down swinging. That will do it for the bottom of the 3rd inning, but not before the Bullfrogs managed to get one across from a Ty Janderowski RBI. They lead 6-3 here. And that will do it for the 3rd inning. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO. T, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Oh, welcome back to Joe Haney Stadium. We're about to get underway with the top of the 4th inning. That was Booker T. Colbert, 5-time WWE champion. 6-time world champion to become the WCW. And we are about to get underway with the top of the 4th. Sorry for you radio listeners that that last inning was hard to keep track of, but it was a triple from Ben Hart that got the inning started with 2 outs on the board. And gets over to third base. Ty Janderowski digs in, gets his 2nd hit of the day, and grabs himself an RBI as well. And it was the 2nd time that Ben Hart had came across to score. And Aaron Plesher struck out swinging, leaving Ty Janderowski stranded over at first. About to get underway now with the top of the 4th inning, and due up for the Wisconsin Woodchucks will be Stevie Mangrum, the Virginia Tech product. Left fielder, last time up, grounded out to Jared Toby. He threw it over to first and retired him. First pitch he sees goes by for a ball. Toby kicks the leg, swings 1-0 pitch high, pop up in the infield. The shortstop Flesher gets under it and now grabs it. That thing was in the air forever. And that will retire the first batter. 1 out on the board. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 6-0 here on opening day. They lead 6-0 and leads in the hit categories as well, 8-1. So that will now bring up Andrew Kendrick. His last time up was walked. Here Toby wastes no time. Kick the leg, comes home. And a big swing puts a strike up on the board. 0-1 count, 1 out on the board. Toby throws the rubber, kicks the leg, and delivers. That one's low and in the dirt. In fact, even gets away from Plunkett. 1-1. So we talked about just how grueling the season is for some of these players. Of course, the pitchers are protected. They get many days off throughout their days pitching and whatnot. But 72 games in 74 days. 2 doubleheaders already included in their homes and away for the Green Bay Bullfrogs. They're going to travel to Fond du Lac to play a 10:05 game and then come back to play a 6 o'clock game later on in the evening. 2-1 pitch swung on, liner over in the left field. Just gets over the head of the third baseman, Ben Shalley, but it does fall in foul territory just left of that foul line. And that will bring the count to 2-1, 1 out on the board. Looks like the bat might have broken on the play as well. So our first broken bat of the year as well. Wouldn't expect that in the first game, but nonetheless coming to the plate back now with his new lumber will be Andrew Kendrick. Of course, last time was walked. Kendrick out of Youngstown State University, Springfield, Missouri native. Right-handed hitter, stocky frame, 6'2", 220. Junior digs in, waves his bat around, and Toby comes home. Swing and a miss, brings the count to, excuse me, the scoreboard was wrong there. Strike 3, and that's the 4th strikeout on the day for Jared Toby. The foul ball was the 2nd strike, and then that pitch for strike 3. So 2 outs on the board, and that will now bring up Robin Parks. Parks out of Seminole State College, down on the roster as a pitcher, but does say he played infield. Of course, this Woodchucks team struggling for positional players, as they have many players playing in the NCAA tournament and the junior college tournament. So you're going to have to see that a couple times here early. The right-handed pitcher turned infielder digs in. Marks the designated hitter on the day. Got on base due to an error his last time up. As he fouls that one away, looks like it might have hit his foot as well off of the bat. 1-1, 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs lead 6-0 here in the top of the 4th. Jared Toby out of Wayne State University over in Detroit, the St. Clair, Michigan native. Kicks the leg in, delivers the 1-1. That was low and away. 2-1. Toby, quite the scholar as well. Many all-academic awards, held a 4.0 throughout high school. And was a very successful basketball and football player throughout the high school ranks as well. Starting cornerback and starting point guard for his college. Quite the athlete. So deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strike, 2 balls. The offering. Swung on. Slow chopper in the infield. And he beats it out. That'll be a base hit. Ben Hart tries to get over to it in time. It's a high bounce off of the bat spends a lot of time in the air, and there's no shot on from Ben Hart. Maybe if he attacks it a bit sooner, he might get there. But nonetheless, tough play for Ben Hart. It's a base hit for Parks. So he stands safely over at first after getting on base due to an error his last time up. And that will bring up Ivan Nunez, third baseman. Nunez out of Hillsborough Community College, the Miami, Florida native. Just recently turned 21, just about 6 days ago. Watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. Not a bad way to celebrate your 21st. Finds himself playing in the Northwoods League. 1-0 pitch, swung on, missed, 1-1. Northwoods League, many overnight stays throughout the season for those of you that are new to this season. Most games go 2 games away, 2 games at home, 3 games home, 3 away. And when you play those games on the road, or you normally play a series against a team, 1 home, 1 away, or 2 away, and then 2 home. So, for instance, the Green Bay Bullfrogs facing off against the Wisconsin Woodchucks here at home, and they'll be traveling to Wausau to face them on the road tomorrow. And then they'll face off against the Kingfish of Kenosha on Thursday and Friday. Both of those away. They'll stay overnight on Thursday night as that was fouled away. Hits the top of the bending that we have on the right field. Concession stand. Home of Jeremiah's Bullfrogs. Frog legs. Of course, the Bullfrogs, there's some meaty frog legs here that you can get at the stands. As the 2-2 pitch gets away from catcher Zach Plunkett, and that's going to get Andrew Kendrick Parks over to first. Or second, rather. It was at first. Took off for second off a wild pitch, got there safely. No throw from Plunkett, couldn't get there in time. So that brings us to a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 runner on second. Second time that the Woodchucks have a runner in scoring position. Toby checks second, kicks the leg, comes home. Swung on, fouled away, back in out of the stadium. Will stay at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Bullfrogs lead 6-0 here in the top of the 4th.
Bullfrogs are good.
Jared Toby shakes off a pitch. Gets sent. Checks the runner at second and dishes. Swung on, grounder straight to the shortstop Plesher. The throw to first in time. That retires the top of the 4th. 1 hit on the top of the 4th. 1 runner stranded. And that will do it for the top of the 4th. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 6-0. Stay tuned for the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not the kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just a penny each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
We got Owens, he strike, ball, strike.
Let's get started with some push-ups.
ground out to the pitcher.
Hello, welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Josh Bottenfield on the mound for the Wisconsin Woodchucks, and due up for the Green Bay Bullfrogs will be Alex Penner, the first baseman. Penner so far on the day with 3 RBIs after a home run in the first and a single RBI in the second. Alex Penner, the Scottsdale Community College product, recent Mississippi State product, digs in.
Ball strike.
Talked about his journey from the JUCO ranks into the Division I ranks, SEC ranks at that, on the Bullfrogs program that you can find at bullfrogsprogram.com. He swings at the first pitch he sees, and it's a fly ball well out into left field. And the left fielder, Stevie Mangum, tracks back and grabs it for the first out. So that'll bring up Zach Plunkett. That cleanup on the day. 2 walks on the day. The catcher takes a look up to the heavens, digs in, smooths out the dirt, supporting the black cleats with the white Nike strap, the neon orange batting gloves, and digs in. First pitch he sees, well outside, 1-0. Plunkett walked his first 2 times up. Going to try to get his first hit of the year. 1-0 offering. Low and inside, 2-0.
It was a ball, and then the next pitch. Actually, no, that was the first.
Zach Plunkett, of course, the TCU transfer, as mentioned, which is out this season due to transfer regulations. Watches the 2-0 count. 2-0 pitch, rather, come by just a bit low. Count moves to 3-0 with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. Zach Plunkett at TCU played in 39 games, posted just a 176 batting average, 12 hits, 10 R's, 10 runs, and 8 RBIs. But was on that College World Series team at a high school was highly promoted. Went to the National Perfect Game Showcase. Was an all-area top 500 prospect. Fouls away the 3-0 pitch, 3-1. The 3-1 offering. Swung on. Fly ball out into left field, tracking back is Mangrum, and it's an easy over-the-shoulder catch for the second out. That'll bring it up Brett Bautista. Left fielder his last time up, struck out swinging. Is looking to try to get on the board here. Struck out swinging his first time up. He digs in. Bautista out of San Jose State University. Now played this past season, but on his underclassmen years was phenomenal. Leading the team in batting average and RBIs, hits, and all the other categories over his freshman and sophomore years. As he fouls away the first one down the first base line. And then walk back to his lumber, pick it up, and try again. Coaches this year for the Green Bay Bullfrogs, of course, the field manager, 3-time All-Star, 1988 Rookie of the Year. Chris Sabo stands over at the third base line, and Brett Bautista swings at the 0-1 pitch, grounds it through the shortstop and third base gap, and finds himself standing safely over at first base. That's the 9th hit of the day for the Bullfrogs. Chris Sabo, of course, was announced back in January that he would be the head coach of this Bullfrogs team, and he's taken it in stride. Got to talk with him extensively on a car ride back from Rochester recently from the coaches' meeting. Talked about his excitement for this season. Up to the plate now is Kyle Bingo for the Bullfrogs as he fouls away the first pitch he sees. So 0-1 count, 2 outs, and Bautista over at first. Chris Sabo, of course, at IMG Academy down in Florida. Yes, that's the same IMG Academy of the basketball and football ranks. The baseball program, as you can imagine, is just as good.
Yep.
The 0-1 offering. Fouled away, 0-2. Josh Cottonfield's gotten in quite the groove here since taking over for Gordon Cardenas earlier in this one.
Strike ball.
It comes into trailing 5-0. 1 run's coming across since he joined. The Bullfrogs lead 6-0 here. That pitch gets away from him, however, and Bautista will travel on over to second base and get there safely. So now that changes things a bit here. Runner in scoring position now for the Bullfrogs. 0-2 count, 2 outs on the board. Kyle Benio's trying to record his first hit in a Bullfrogs uniform. Benio out of Youngstown State. Of course, his teammate plays for the Woodchucks. Austin Town, Ohio native. This past season, posted 36 hits and 8 homers and 21 runs. 0-2 offering. Swung on a pop-up in foul territory. And the play is made. A snow cone catch there from the pitcher, Josh Bonfield. It looked like the catcher, Kyle Morzinski, might have a play on it as well. Bonfield makes sure he gets out of the inning unscathed as he dives for it, grabs it, and just keeps it in his glove. He retires the 4th inning. We'll move to the top of the 5th after this. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO and, of course, the Northwest League webcast.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here at the O'Connell Pharmacy would mail your prescriptions to you? At the O'Connell Pharmacy, we would like to make things easy for you. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello, welcome back to Joanne Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nolan Knight on the call. The Green Bay Bullfrogs lead the Wisconsin Woodchucks 6-0 here as we're about to get underway with the top of the 5th. Gary Toby will stay on the mound for the Bullfrogs and due up for the Woodchucks will be supporting the number 7 jersey, Kyle Morzinski. Morzinski playing catcher today for the Wisconsin Woodchucks. You talked about the head coach for this Green Bay team, Chris Sabo. Very excited for the season. He's already brought in a couple of high-name prospects into this Green Bay Bullfrog roster as well. As you look at some of the guys that aren't quite here yet, a pitcher from Georgia Tech, and then Alonzo Jones from Vanderbilt University, Jake Hess out of Villanova, who's here in Green Bay. I'm sure we'll see him in the coming days. And so we're about to get underway here in the top of the 5th. Green Bay Bullfrogs lead 6-0. First pitch of the top of the 5th, swung on. It's a hot grounder down the left side, and that'll get past the third baseman, Finn Challey, and that'll be a double, for the Wisconsin Woodchucks. Grounder just snuck past the third base. They look like it might go foul off the bat. Caught me sleeping there. Goes into the outfield. Brett Bautista runs over to it and throws a competitive throw to second base to Ben Hart to try to apply the tag on the advancing runner, but some speed shown off by Kyle Morzinglis slides in safely to second. So the Woodchucks with some life here in the top of the 5th. No outs on the board. Started off with a double. So Jared Toby gets set, checks the runner at second, and comes home. That one just misses the strike zone, 1-0. At the plate now is Jake Rosen. Rosen, the shortstop.
And then a single.
Watches the 1-0 go by for a ball, 2-0. Chris Sabo is joined by Matt Ellenbest. For you Bullfrogs fan, that name might sound familiar. Last season was in the bullpen for the Bullfrogs. And as the 2-0 pitch comes by, a big swing and a miss there, 2-1. Matt Ellenbest, of course, very successful pitcher here in Green Bay, however, did not get drafted and now finds himself back in Green Bay, but now as a volunteer pitching coach, and is very excited about the opportunity to do that as well. He's just all smiles whenever you talk to him. And of course, he's joined by Chris Marstins, who is the Principia College head coach, and he's the main pitching coach here in Green Bay. 3-1 count here. Jared Toby delivers, but it's low inside for ball 4. 2 runners on now for the Woodchucks with no outs on the board. Morzinski staying at second, and now Jake Rosen at first after the walk. So that will bring up Nolan Ryan, the second baseman. No, it's not the future Hall of Fame, or rather, Astro hurler Nolan Ryan.
Keep this. I'll keep doing this too.
First pitch he sees. Blowing in the dirt inside, 1-0.
Just to meet you.
Zach Plunkett,
Thank you for all the help.
runs up and talks with Toby as a couple of pitches have gotten away from him. Struggling to find the strike zone here in the 5th. 2 runners on here with no outs on the board. You gotta think Plunkett's gonna get close with all of these pitchers throughout this season. It's one of the things that is almost overlooked in some of these summer collegiate leagues. Guys come from all over the places. They'll face each other in the regular season at their schools, and then guys from all over the country really come to join together, join this team, don't know each other 2 days ago, and today you can catch them goofing off in the clubhouse if you walk around at the right time. 1-0 pitch, slowing in the dirt, 2-0. So, really a great thing that these summer collegiate leagues do. Not only do players get the opportunity to show off their skills, but make lifelong friendships as well, whether that's with their teammates or their host families for that matter. Toby checks the runner at second and comes home with the 2-0 pitch. It's swung on, and that's a base hit out in the right field. They're waving the runner in from second. The throw home, not in time, and the Wisconsin Woodchucks will get on the board. They now trim away at that lead. They trail 6-1 here in the top of the 5th. So that's a base hit RBI for Nolan Ryan, and he stands safely over at first base, and that advances Jake Rosen to second. So runners at first and second. Again, no outs on the board, and that will bring up number 12, Andrew Smith. Smith, the center fielder, his last time up was walked. That one's found back into the backstop, 0-1. Andrew Smith digs back in, gives his bat 2 little swings, gets set, the toss, well high and inside, 1-1. So we'll be trying to get out of this inning here with 2 runners on first and second. No outs on the board. 1-1 count. Toby checks his runners. Delivers. Swung on, ground ball straight to Ben Hart. Tossed to second in time. Throw to first in time as well. 4-6-3 double play for the Bullfrogs. Exactly what Toby needed there. So runner does manage to get over the third safely. And so runner at third, 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs trying to get out of this one. Coming up to the plate now will be Jackson Owens. Owens playing right field today for the Woodchucks. First pitch he sees, low and in the dirt. Solid play there from the connections of Ben Hart and Aaron Flesher. We saw Ben Hart struggle a little bit earlier in this when a pitch nearly got away from him. They got the out on that play, however. But that time executes it perfectly.
That's what happened. About the 2 runs.
Right, but how do they
1-1 count.
Yeah, because that was the RBI single.
Swung on. Fouled away back in over this press box here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs on the board.
That was in the 4th inning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm up here now. I'm sorry.
He's the down there.
The final member of this Green Bay Bullfrog coaching staff will be joining the team on the road in Kenosha, currently staying in Milwaukee tonight. As the 1-2 pitch comes away outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third here in the top of the 5th. Bullfrogs lead 6-1. That would be Mike Ramazzati out of San Diego University, and it just finished up his first year as the director of baseball operations. 2-2 pitch, swung on, fouled away, up and out of the stadium. So we'll stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third. Woodchucks looking to chip away at this lead here in the top of the 5th. Toby takes a glance at third. Delivers. That one just outside. Moves it to a full count here. Big at bat here for the Woodchucks. If they can tack off another run to that lead, they're back in the ballgame. Full count. Runner at third. 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled away right side. That'll escape the stadium and hit somebody's car. I hope that's all right. But nonetheless, we'll stay at a full count here. If you're just joining us, the Bullfrogs took a 3-0 lead in the first off of a 2-run homer from Alex Pinner. Was able to play 2 more runs in the bottom of the 2nd and a third in the bottom of, and another run in the bottom of the 3rd, bringing their total to 6. And then, of course, the run in this one puts it 6-1. And the payoff pitch comes across, and it's a backwards K for Jared Toby. Gets out of the bind, threw some balls, walked some players, got out of it. Impressive play from Jared Toby. And that will do it for the top of the 5th. Stay tuned for the bottom of it. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not the kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you.
Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello, welcome back to Joe Manny Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nolan Knight on the call for you tonight and throughout this season. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO and, of course, on the Northwoods League webcast. If you want to listen to the WOCO broadcast live stream, you can find that on WOCO Sports Radio live stream on YouTube. So we're about to get underway with the bottom of the 5th inning. The Bullfrogs jumped out to an early 6-0 lead, and then, of course, in the top of the 5th, the Woodchucks managed to play 1 run, and then Jared Toby managed to get out of the bind. There was runners at first and second, forced the batter to hit into a double play, and then, of course, the backwards K to record that 3rd out. Impressive pitching from the junior from Detroit, Michigan of Wayne State. So on the mound still for the Woodchucks will be Josh Bonfield, the left-hander.
Thank you.
Excuse me, no, there is a pitching change. After it looked like some guys were warming up down that bullpen earlier in this one. It'll be number 18, rather. What? 18 on the roster listed as Kevin Holder. From the St. Cloud State out of Tomahawk, Wisconsin. The junior left-hander stands at 6'1", 160 tall, lanky frame. 20-year-old. About to get his first action in some Northwoods League play this season, as his Woodchucks trail the Bullfrogs 6-1. Digging in for the Bullfrogs will be Brett Bautista. Swings at the absolute first pitch he sees, David Mayberry. And rather pops it up and grits the first out. High fly pop-up, and it's an easy play in the infield for the Woodchucks to make. They grab the first out.
Yeah, we look at that.
So that'll bring up Ben Shalley. Excuse me for getting behind on the call there. Ben Shalley so far in this one. Still looking for some stats to pat himself with in this one. His first time up flew out to center field.
8.
So he digs in. The 1-0 pitch from the lefty. Swing and a miss. Moves it to 1-1 with 1 out, nobody on. Ben Challey supporting the number 28 temporary player, contract rather, for the Bullfrogs. But a player that Sabo talked highly about and was excited about for this season.
I thought this was first game.
Challey this past season at UW Milwaukee batted .326 in 46 games, tacking up 56 hits on the year and 23 RBIs. Swings at the 2-1 pitch, line drive left side, but in foul territory, and that'll bounce into the Bud Light Beach Club over in left field. That Beach Club sometimes rented out by corporate sponsors and used. It's a cool atmosphere out there to watch the game, very similar to the Linings deck out in right field. Nonetheless, it moves the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on the board. They keep the leg and the delivery. High fly ball popped up and to right center field, and the catch is made by the center fielder Andrew Smith. Calls off the right fielder Jackson Owen. Some communication out there by the Woodchucks on their first days on the job, and they grab the second out. So that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter Ben Hart. His last time up, managed to squeeze out a triple, showing off some speed. He's a short, stocky fellow, but man, can he move. Got out of the third quick and came across to score in the bottom of the third. First pitch he sees go by for a ball. One of the pitch, swung on, high fly ball left field, going back, warning track. Hits off the warning track and then bounces one time into the festival food signs, and he manages to get to second standing up, although if the cutout man Jake Rosen there can scoop that, there might be a play at second, but nonetheless misjudges the throw from Stevie Mangrum out in left field. But Ben Hart hitting in the 9-hole, 2 hits on the day, a triple and a double. And that will bring up the designated hitter on the day, Ty Jandrowski. So far on the day, 2 for 2 with an RBI and has been walked as well. So he digs in. Checks the runner at second, comes home. Jandrowski showed bunt, pulled it back, goes outside, 1-0. Jandrowski, of course, out of Madison College, not too far from here. He posted a successful career at the junior college ranks. Got himself that scholarship to NIU, which he recently announced his commitment to. That one goes by for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ben Hart stands safely at second.
Did you see something, Ryan?
Yeah. Why did it say Zach Plunkett hitting? It's a tie.
Janorski just finds the outside black. 1 and 2. Drops.
Yeah. That's what it did.
Sam Boulder, the left-hander, on the mound for
the
Woodchucks.
It doesn't
You
show.
go into the next inning. You're in the 6th.
Scores on a St. Cloud. Colin.
Now you're a tie.
He actually in there at second and comes out. That one's rolling in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Kyle Wierzinski runs over to it, but there's no play at third. It's Ben Hart showing off his speed tonight. Gets over to third safely. For the second time now, Ben Hart stands at third with Janorski up to bat with 2 outs on the board. We'll see if they can recreate that third inning at bat. Last time, Janorski found the gap between first and second. 2-2. Blowing in the dirt, and that moves to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Solid crowd here in Green Bay. It looked pretty overcast and windy. Not the best baseball weather, but now the skies have cleared a bit. I'd say it's partly cloudy, and the wind doesn't seem to be whipping as hard as it was earlier, as fans make their way back and forth from the concessions here. Nonetheless, here's the payoff pitch. The delivery. Swung on. Ground ball over to first, and that'll be a base hit for Ty Janorski. And he'll send Ben Hart across for the second time in this one. As you mentioned, very similar to the third inning, where Ben Hart stood at third. Janorski dug in with 2 outs on the board. Hit it over to the right side and got Ben across. And sure enough, exact same thing here in the bottom of the 5th. Ben Hart stands at third. Janorski digs in, hits it right side, 2 outs on the board, and puts another run across. Bullfrogs lead 7-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. I'll bring up Aaron Plesher, shortstop for the day.
How would you put
first time up, got a base hit.
You get a base hit.
Swings at the first pitch he sees, and it's a beautiful play by Ivan Nunez as he scoops it up off the grounder. Off balance throw to first throw to Andrew Kendricks in time, and they retire the inning. We'll move to the top of the 6th after this. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 7-1. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin. Every Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brewpub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in Wisconsin is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back to Joe Annie's Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, here for you on the call for WCO and Weekly broadcasts. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 7-1 here, as Jared Toby will stay on the mound for the Bullfrogs. That would just be Toby so far in this one has allowed just 1 run on 4 hits. Coming up to the plate for the Wisconsin Woodchucks will be number 24, Stevie Mangrum out of Virginia Tech.
What was it?
Mangrum so far in his last time up, pumped out to the shortstop.
It should.
Virginia Tech to looking for a new head coach after Patrick Mason recently was fired from the university. 1-0 the first pitch goes by. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 0-1. That's his ACC team that's looking for a new coach, but they have a new stadium, brand new renovations. Might possibly put Virginia Tech on the map for baseball. After some struggling years here in the most recent one. A 1-1 pitch. That one's away. 2-1. Stevie Mangum finds himself in the lineup quite often for the Hokies. Finds himself batting in the 3-hole for the Woodchucks tonight. A hefty cut at the 2-1. Evens up the count 2-2. Jared Toby nods his head, kicks his leg, and delivers. 2-2 pitch, swung on, strike 3. Another strike up on the board for Jared Toby. He's having a great game thus far. That will bring up the cleanup hitter, batting fourth, Andrew Kendrick. Last time up, struck out. Top of the 6th here. Bullfrogs lead 7-1 over the Wisconsin Woodchucks. Looking at the schedule for the Bullfrogs, we mentioned that they're going to travel to Kenosha on Thursday and Friday after facing off in the rematch tomorrow at Wisconsin and Wausau. And then they'll travel out to Madison for 6:35 tee time on Saturday before coming home and on June 4th for a 105 debut against Mallards. The 0-1 pitch swung on and over the head of Aaron Flesher, and that's a base hit for the Woodchucks. That's their hit of the day, and they're trying to chip away at this lead before it gets too late. They had some solid opportunities at it. Then the top of the 5th, they had 2 runners on with no outs on the board after already pleading and run. And then a double play and then a strikeout. Left 2 stranded. Here they are with their base runner. Over at first. First pitch comes across for a strike. 0-1, 1 out on the board. Bobbin Parks, designated hitter, up to bat for the Woodchucks. Opportunity for a double play here for the Bullfrogs, but not in time over the first, but nonetheless, grounder hit over to Ben Shalley. I was looking down on my notes. I missed out on it. Swung at it, grounder over to Ben Shalley. The throw to second, Ben Hart snack. Stomps on the bag, rather. Throw to first was not in time, but they do get the lead runner at second for the second out. So 2 outs on the board, runner at second now. Opportunity to end the inning for a double play there. Would be a tough one. Nonetheless, solid play by Ben Shalley to get the lead runner. And with that, it will bring up number 0, Ivan Nunes. First pitch he sees coming across for a ball. Jared Toby checks the run over at first. And he comes home. Zach Plunkett popped out of his stance as if he was going to try to pick off the run over at first, but the ball just popped out of his hand. So no play on it. Nonetheless, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs on the board. A runner at first. After the 5-4 play. 2-1 pitch comes across for a strike, 2-1. Last season, Green Bay Bullfrogs found themselves in the playoff race, but did not end up with it at the end of it. 2-1 pitch swung on, fly ball deep into left field. and Brett Bautista snags it about a yard off of the warning track, and that'll end the top of the 6th. The Bullfrogs leave one stranded after one hit, and no errors. The Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 7-1. Stay tuned. You're listening to WOCO 1071.
Have you discovered the privileges of membership? NEW Credit Union is a full-service, member-owned financial cooperative where many of the services are low cost or no cost. NEW Credit Union offers a full range of financial management products, including savings, share draft checking, consumer, auto, recreational vehicle, and home loans, as well as financial counseling resources. Offices are located at 301 Jackson Street, O'Connell Falls, 405 Pecourt Street, O'Connell, and 717 East Main Street, Surrey. Online at newcu.org. We also have easy member account access with your smartphone through our mobile money app. NEW Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration and is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Oconto, and Shawano counties. Members matter most at NEW Credit Union, where we can help you own it.
Hello, welcome back to Joe Andy Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 7-1. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in so far on the broadcast here on 1071 WOCO, and thank you to everyone as well that is tuned in to the Northwoods League broadcast, and if you're joining us on YouTube as well. Nonetheless, my name is Nolan Knight. I'll be with you throughout this season, so I figured I might as well give you my introduction as well. Nolan Knight, currently studying multimedia journalism at Virginia Tech over in Blacksburg. Just finished up my junior year, excited to start my senior year, and I'm very excited to be on the call this season for the Green Bay Bullfrogs as well. Last year I spent some time at Coastal Plains League calling for the Petersburg Generals. So if any of your sons was in the Coastal Plains League, and I might sound familiar, that might have been why. And I've traveled all the way up here to Green Bay for the great opportunity that the Northwoods League has for all of their broadcasters. You talk about, of course, the opportunities for the players here, for their abilities to show off their skills to try to get to the next level. Well, it's very similar for a lot of us interns in the Northwoods League as well, whether you're a broadcaster, ticket manager, video manager, director, or all the others. There's opportunities for everyone in the Northwoods League. You're able to give that one. Alex Pinner up to bat. Grounds one back to the pitcher, nearly mishandles it, but nonetheless, he picks it back up, and Kevin Walder easily throws over the first for the first out. But nonetheless, it's an opportunity for many of people to show off their skills, whether you're a coach, player, umpire, intern. There's so many different jobs in baseball and sports, and Northwoods League is the prime example of being able to give some people some opportunities to further their skills and try to get to that next level. Nonetheless, that'll bring up the next batter in Zach Plunkett. First pitch goes by for a strike, 0-1 with one out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 7-1. Kick of the leg and the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2, foul tip rather than the miss. Nonetheless, Plunkett looking for his first hit of the ball game. Kick of the leg comes home. That was inside for a ball, 1-2. Was walked his first 2 times, though. Possibly because if you watch this batting practice, I think I've said it 3 times now, but it might be worth saying 3 times. This kid can crank it out of the ballpark. He swings at the 1-2 pitch. That's going back, but it looks like it's going to be an easy can of corn for Jackson Owens out in right field. So that's the second out of this bottom of the 6th. That will bring up Brett Bautista, the left fielder. Bautista, the new addition to the ball club. If you just count when they showed up, he was the last one to roll into the stadium and familiarize himself with Green Bay. I'm not even sure if he's got an opportunity to meet his host family yet. He's so new to coming into Green Bay. Watches the first one go by for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 offering. Away for a ball, 1-1. Bautista out of Granite Bay, California. Plays his ball in San Jose State and found himself here in the Midwest for the summer of 2017. 1-1 pitch, swung on, grounder to the shortstop. Nolan Ryan scoops it, throws it to first, and the squeeze by Andrew Kendrick will end the inning. Bullfrogs go down 1-2-3. You're listening to the Northwoods League webcast and 107.1 WOCO. Stay tuned for the 7th. American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. About to get underway with the top of the 7th, and Jared Toby's day has come to a close. And it's not because he didn't pitch well, because, well, he pitched well. He only let up 5 hits and 1 run throughout his 6 innings of work and posted multiple Ks to bound. I almost lost track of them. In fact, I did. I know it's more than 5 at least. But Jared Toby with an absolute great day. His day comes to a close, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Bullfrogs. We'll see what Hunter Robichaud has. Robichaud, rather. The right-hander, tall, lengthy, 6'4", rather. 170 out of Bucknell University. Sophomore from Dallas, Texas. Traveling all over the place to play some ball. Grew up in Texas, goes to Bucknell. Kind of went home for a bit of time, and now in Green Bay on a temporary contract, trying to prove his worth to stay here in Green Bay and compete throughout the season. He supports a solid ERA through college. But nonetheless, his first action in a Green Bay Bullfrogs uniform, and his first pitch, a strike right down the middle. Fastball. The 0-1 offering. Swung on, found a way, back and over the press box here. 0-2. Kyle Morzinski has dug in for the Woodchucks. Morzinski trying to get things going for his Woodchucks. 0-2 pitch, swung on. For the first in time, it was a slow dribbler to Aaron Pressure at shortstop. He kind of sat on it a little bit, made it a close play. The throw beat him by just about a foot or so. A step or so, rather. But then the last one out on the board as Morzinski jogs back over to the dugout. And that will bring up Jake Rosen. Jake Rosen so far in this one has been walked his last time up and grounded out to pitcher Toby. First one goes by for a strike. 0-1. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 7th. Green Bay Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 7-1. 0-1 pitch, fouled away. Next side, 0-2 count, 1 out on the board. And it's the half-price beer batter of the night. So you'll hear the stands here chanting half-price beer as the 0-2 delivery comes home. Just a bit low, bounces off the plate, doesn't even get to Zach Plunkett. Nonetheless, moves it to 1-2. For the show, of course, out of Bucknell University. 5 appearances this season and just 5 innings of play. That one gets away from him. It's the grass before it gets to Plunkett. Moves the count to 2-2. He moves it up. In 2016, appearing 15 games, didn't receive a win or a loss. And have an ERA just about below 6. 12 Ks on the year as well back in 2016. As a sophomore, as a talk with his catcher Plunkett, and a quick chat with the umpire as well. He tried to get a clean ball out to him. But he was a very successful high school career. 5-time All-District, 4-time All-State, and a 2-time All-State MVP. Back in the high school ranks in Dallas, Texas, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. And some solid baseball there. Posted a 15-2 record and a .90 ERA. The 2-2. Swung on, slow grounder to second base. Ben Hart charges on it, throws it to first. And Henner squeezes it for the second out, of this top of the second. So that will bring up the next batter, Nolan Ryan, for the Woodchucks. Second baseman his last time up got the lone RBI single of the year. Well, I guess it would be the year of the Woodchucks, but of the day. So he digs in, supporting the New Balance cleats and the Black Sox. First pitch he sees is low and inside, 1-0. Takes a little swing, digs back in, kick of the leg and the delivery, right down the plate, fastball, 1-1. The Rainy Stadium here, if you're listening through your radio waves, it's not the biggest of stadiums, 390 in straight center, 332 in right field, and that's before the Lonnie's deck. I bet it gets down to close to below 300 out there. And then 326 out in left field over by the Bud Light Beach Club. He went around for it. Check swing there. Moves the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Relatively old stadium here. As you can imagine, built way back in the 19-teens and 20s. As the 2-2 pitch is hit right back to the pitcher. And he tosses it over to Penner. And that's the third out. The Woodchucks go down 1, 2, 3. That ends the top of the 7th. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th. After this, you're watching the Northwoods League Web Pass and the WOCO radio station 107.1.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in O'Connell Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in O'Connell Falls.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Hello and welcome back to Joe and Andy Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Bullfrogs have a 7-1 lead over the Wisconsin Woodchucks, and the majority of the hits and runs came for the Bullfrogs early in this one, as they posted 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and another in the bottom of the fifth to bring him to 7. And it was one run in the top of the fifth that the Woodchucks managed to get on the board. Now batting for Green Bay will be Kyle Vigno, the center fielder. Very successful player this past season at his school. Finds himself here in Green Bay supporting a temporary contract, trying to make that a full contract. Batted .327 this past year at UW Milwaukee from Franklin, Tennessee. So pretty far from home, but not too far away from where his college plays, just about an hour and a half south of here. 0-2 pitch, comes across, watches it go by, 0-2. So Kevin Wolder kicks the leg in, delivers the 0-2, swung on, fouled away, back into the netting, will stay at 0-2. For live updates on the game, by inning and half inning, depending how hectic it is, you can follow GB Bullfrogs. That's at GB Bullfrogs. 0-2 pitch comes across, check swing, but doesn't matter. It's across the plate for strike 3. It will go down as a backwards K. And Kyle Vigno will make the long walk back to the dugout. But that will bring up David Mayberry. Mayberry, the right fielder. And this one popped up his last time up. We're going to change things here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch he sees is well high, even over the head of catcher Colin Brzezinski. A lot of excitement around this Green Bay Bullfrogs Stadium. Hiring of a new general manager and Sierra Viox, I think is how it's pronounced. And then, of course, the new field manager, Chris Sabo, that we talked about extensively earlier in this one. And as the 1-0 pitch comes across, swing and a miss from Mayberry. And some stadium renovations as well with the addition of new lights to the field here. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, got away out of the stadium, 1-2. Of course, with the addition of Sabos and the addition of a whole new coaching staff, we talked about Ellen Best, Ramazzotti, and Marston's the pitching coach. The Bullfrogs do have a pitcher warming up over in the bullpen as well, just to keep your mind on as the 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Mayberry's trying to get on base here. He's popped up his last 2 times up. 1 ball, 2 strikes here, both of which coming off with foul balls. 1 out on the board, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Bullfrogs lead 7-1. Took that early lead, and they've kept it off of some good pitching. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled away back into the backstop netting. Will stay at 1-2. The pitching was something that Sabo was a little worried about. He thought that he had some good field players and batters, but wasn't sure about his pitchers. But so far today, they've fared very well, allowing just 5 hits and 1 run. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The second straight strike out there for Wolder. First one, backwards K. This one, the old school swing and a miss, strike 3 from Mayberry, and he walks his way back to the dugout. But that'll bring up Ben Challey. Ben Challey, the third baseman, his last time up, flew out to center field. Did that as well all the way back in the 2nd. Swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it back into the backstop net. The 0-2 count. Morton delivers. Swung on, high pop up. It's in foul territory. Catcher Morzinski almost looked like he was going to get in under it. Nonetheless, the pitcher, Walden, finds it in foul territory, squeezes the cat cord, and gets out of the 7th inning unscathed. Bullfrogs go down 1-2-3. We'll be back for the top of the 8th after this, as the Bullfrogs have a new pitcher on the mound. We'll tell you who it is after this. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO. Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts. Hello and welcome back to Fueling Stadium. Nolan Knights here, about to get underway with the top of the 8th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Bullfrogs is number 10, Darren Kelly, out of Alabama State University. He came here with teammate Terrell McCall as well, who's a right-handed pitcher just like himself. Darren Kelly, 9 appearances this past year, 1 start, just 10 innings pitched, but he's a closer, posted a save on the year, and 13 strikeouts in 10 innings pitched. The year before last, posted a 1-3 record, a 4.33 ERA, 32 strikeouts. So he's on the mound here in the top of the 8th for the Bullfrogs, and he's going to try to close things out for them as well. So ever since they busted out to that early 7-1 lead, they have not looked back. A great start to opening day here in Green Bay. Booker T was here to sign autographs and sign photographs, even joined us for the 4th inning as well in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Talked about his new run for mayor of Houston, as well as his hopes to start some radio shows and television shows about the come up of athletes and how they can make it to the pro ranks. First pitch that the new batter Andrew Smith sees is inside for a ball, rather. Had a duck away from it, 1-0. 1-0, excuse me. 1-0 pitch swung on. It's a high pop up in foul territory. Alex Penner gets underneath of it and grabs it without any problems for the first out. And that will bring up the next batter for the Woodchucks in number 11, Jackson Owens, right fielder. Jackson Owens so far earlier in this one, in his first at-bat, struck out looking. Look at the history of this league. We talked about it. Started back in 1994 as a college all-star team, and Darren Kelly hits him there as Jackson Owens struts on over to first base, supporting a new whelp. That one's got to hurt. You can hear the whole stands wince in pain there. And now he stands safely over at first. The first hit by pitch that we've seen in this ball game and season, if you will. So 1 out on the board, 1 runner over at first. No balls, no strikes. The pitch. Low and in the dirt, 1-0. As Darren Kelly tries to get in the groove here in Green Bay, his first action on the mound as a Bullfrog. Nods his head, delivers the 1-0. That's low and in the dirt as well, 2-0. There was 5 teams in that first All-Star League. Only 3 remain, however. And I'd say 5 cities, rather. 3 of those cities remain. Of course, the Wisconsin Woodchucks, one of those founding teams back all the way in 1994. And, of course, the Rochester Honkers, where the league office is, was a team as well. And the Kenosha Croakers were a team. And they rebranded recently and got a new team, which are the Kenosha Kingfish, which are owned by Big Top Baseball, the owner of the Bullfrogs as well. The 3-0 pitch comes across for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first here in the top of the 8th. Bullfrogs lead 7-1. Darren Kelly Checks the runner at first, takes a big breath, and delivers. And that one finds the strike zone just inside. Stevie Mangrum disagreed with it. He had already thrown his bat and started running over to first. It was a big inside, but nonetheless, it was a strike, and it moves it to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on the board. The payoff pitch. Swung on. It's a pop-up in shallow center field, and it falls fair. That'll be a base hit for Stevie Mangrum. Just in that perfect spot where nobody can get to it. Shortstop Aaron Plesher was absolutely bolting into shallow center to try to make the over-the-shoulder grab. Kyle Bingo was trying to make a play on it, just landed in that spot where nobody could get to it. A little blooper out there. Almost if you wanted to throw a ball somewhere and say that's where no one's going to get to it, that's where that spot would have been. Nonetheless, runners at first and second here, 1 out on the board. Here in the top of the 8th, the Woodchucks trying to rally. And now coming to the plate will be Andrew Kendrick. Andrew Kendrick, the first baseman on the day, was walked his first time up and has struck out in this ball game as well. So he digs in, and Darren Kelly tries to get out of the inning unscathed. Checks the runner at second and delivers home. That one's inside and in the dirt, 1-0. When you talk about the Northwoods League, a little bit of history of it, and really back in 2008, 2009 is really when the Northwoods League caught its national attention and started to grow as a league all the way up to 20 teams now. It leads any summer collegiate league in attendance, as, of course, close to a sellout crowd here in Green Bay tonight. What was the final attendance? I didn't get it. Final attendance has yet to be announced, but we expect it to be in the 1,000 mark, 900,000, 1,100 mark. Great crowd here, especially for Booker T tonight. I wanted to see out and take pictures with the 5-time world champ. But nonetheless, Northwoods League known for its attendance. Madison Mallards ranked very high in almost all of baseball, as the 1-1 pitch comes across, swing and a miss, 1-2. That Madison Mallards team, they have crowds that come close to 7,000 people at points. With their 36 home games, they have better attendance records than many minor league clubs, even approaching some AAA teams from nearly beating them out. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Darren Kelly gets his first strikeout of his career as a Bullfrog and takes a big breath of relief. So 2 outs, 2 runners on, first and second, and Pavlin Parks will dig in. I've been saying Pavin throughout the ball game. My apologies. Pavin digs in. Supports the black lumber. Left-handed hitter. Kelly checks second, comes home. It's outside for a ball, 1-0. The Bullfrogs rank just about middle of the pack for attendance. Owned, of course, by Big Top Baseball, who owned the Madison Mallards, the Kenosha Kingfish, and the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. That's a tongue twister. The 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. Those teams one of the best in attendance throughout. And the entire Northwoods League, for that matter. A minor league atmosphere for sure in most of these parks. Many of them getting renovations year in and year out. The 2-0 pitch. Low in the dirt, 3-0. Bullfrogs looking for a new stadium, as the city will be voting on a bill to try to get a new stadium built over near Broadway Street in Green Bay. They plan on having it all turf. See close to 2,000. And have a nice concourse there as well. 3-0 pitch. Came around, tried to get it back in time. Nonetheless, missed it. It was outside. But it moves the count to 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and runners at first and second. It'd be a big success for this Green Bay organization if that is passed. A new stadium would mean wonders to this team. We talked about just how old this Joannes Stadium is. As the 3-1 pitch comes across, swing and a miss, strike 2, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The stadium was built all the way back in 1929, so it's seen its years. Supports a concrete wall, which would be very unforgiving. Hopefully we don't see any injuries out there. Three balls, 2 strikes, runners go. Swing and a miss, swing and a foul off. As the night goes on, getting a little sloppy. Nonetheless, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 8th, the Bullfrogs lead 7-1. Again, you can catch the live tweets online on our Twitter page at GB Bullfrogs. That's at GB Bullfrogs. You can catch all of the action locally on the radio at 107.1, which is WOCO. The payoff pitch, runners go, swung on, fly ball out into shallow center, and it's an easy play for Kyle Bino. Darren Kelly gets out of it with 2 runners on. The score remains 7-1. Bullfrogs lead. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th after this. Stay tuned. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO. Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Mainly cloudy skies in store tonight with a couple of isolated showers. 47 for the low temperature with west winds at 5 to 10. Wednesday, sunshine with a high temperature of 69 degrees and northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Thursday, sunshine with a high temperature of 75 degrees. Friday, sunshine with a high temperature of 75. Saturday, we'll see a chance of showers with a high of 67. Sunday, partly sunny with a chance of showers at a high temperature of 65. That's your forecast for WOCO Radio. I'm meteorologist Ray Miller.
Hello and welcome back to Joannes Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nolan Knight on the call for you tonight and throughout the season on 107.1 WOCO, and of course on all of the home games on the Northwoods League web pass. And for those of you that are interested in hearing a home broadcast on the road, you can tune in to online at YouTube, just YouTube WOCO Sports Live to get the live stream of this specific radio station to tune into my broadcast on the road. As of course we travel out to Wausau tomorrow. Not pronounced Woso, as I had thought when I first traveled up here to the Midwest. Because Wisconsinites have some impressive vocabulary up here with the hometown names. But we'll be in Wausau tomorrow, facing off against the Woodchucks at their home stadium. It'll be a rematch against the Bullfrogs and the Woodchucks, of course. On the mound for the Woodchucks will be number 35. Number 35 for the Woodchucks is Armando Gonzalez out of Miami, Florida, goes to Barry University. First pitch he throws in a Woodchucks uniforms is right across the plate for a strike, 0-1. Ben Hart at the plate for the Bullfrogs, having a phenomenal day. Has a triple and a double to his name. Watches the 0-1 pitch go by for a ball. 1-1, no outs, nobody on. Jandrowski in the on-deck circle. Gonzalez calls time. And we'll reset. Ben Hart, of course, out of Oakland University. Out on the West Coast. 1-1 pitch comes across, strike 2, inside, 1-2. Gonzalez almost has a deceptive release on his pitching there. Looks like he's going to maybe wind up a little more, and then he flings it home. But he delivers the 1-2. 1-2 pitch gets away from him, low and in the dirt. Bounces all the way back to the backstop netting. And the Green Bay ball boy will run over and get it and run on back. But that evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs on the board. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 7-1. The 2-2. Swung on, grounder over to third base to Ivan Nunez. The toss over to first is in time. And it's the first out on the board for the Woodchucks. As Ben Hart's great day will come probably to a close with that one. Of course, he posted a triple and a double and a walk on the day. Came around to score 3 times throughout this contest. And that'll bring up Ty Jandrowski. Might be his first time coming up to the plate with less than 2 outs since the beginning of the game, I reckon. Nonetheless, he digs in. Time is called by Jandrowski. Well, cat and mouse play happens between Gonzalez and Jandrowski. Jandrowski, of course, out of Madison College, had his mind set on going to a Division I school throughout his time at Madison. In fact, if you look at his roster on the Madison website, it said, what are your plans for Madison? And it says to go to another school to play. Really wanted to get to that Division I rank, and sure enough, he did. The 0-1. And the dirt, 1-1. Of course, we'll be at Northern Illinois University this next season. Not too far from Green Bay whatsoever, out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Excited to play in front of his family against the Kingfish here in a couple of days. That one goes by for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and out on the board, nobody on. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, he went around, and that's the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Aaron Pleshner, the shortstop. Pleshner out of San Jose State University. Struggling a little bit today, trying to get on base for likely the first time. He's got a couple pop outs in this one, a strikeout as well. Did manage a base hit his first time up in the first inning, or the second inning rather. And so he digs in. Gonzalez gets set and delivers. That one goes by right down the plate for a strike, 0-1. Gonzalez has a release that at sometimes looks methodic, and then other times he crunches up and then comes home quickly, and then others he takes a little bit of time to send it home. Got to be deceiving for the batters. That one comes out in original fashion for a ball, 1-1, 2 outs on the board. Well, a solid crowd here in Green Bay tonight as the fans have kind of started to trickle on home here on this school night, Tuesday afternoon. Chilly here in Green Bay. You see sweatshirts and blankets throughout the stands. The 1-1 swung on and fought away left side over near the Woodchucks bullpen, dugout. So Aaron Pleshner will take off his helmet, wipe his brow, and shrug his shoulders and dig back in here as things have kind of slowed down here in the bottom of the 8th. Much to Gonzalez' liking. He's got faced 2 batters and retired them both. Shakes off 1 pitch and another. And calls time.
The crowd was like super full too. Cool.
So 2 outs on the board, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bullfrogs lead the Woodchucks 7-1. Lead the hit column as well. The Bullfrogs posted 11 on the day, although have had a struggling time here in the later innings. And he gets Aaron Plesser chasing there. Strike 3, and that will retire the 8th inning. We'll move to the 9th. The Woodchucks will try to rally, but it'll be a tough one. They trail the Bullfrogs 7-1. Stay tuned. You're listening to WOCO 1071. And, of course, the North Woods League web pass, and, of course, on YouTube on the WOCO radio stream. Stay tuned for the 9th.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Hello, welcome back to Joanne Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nolan Knight with you on the call. We're about to get underway with the top of the 9th inning. Bullfrogs trying to get out of opening day in the win column. They lead the Woodchucks 7-1 here. Derek Kelly will stay on the mound here to close things out for the Bullfrogs. Got himself out of the jam last time up with a strikeout with 2 runners on and 2 outs on the board. These warm-up pitches are underway. Of course, you can follow on Twitter at GB Bullfrogs. That is at GB Bullfrogs. Many videos and pictures along the road. You can follow myself as well and Nolan Knight Jr. I'll be posting pictures on the road trips and be retweeting those for the GB Bullfrogs account, of course. But we'll do live tweets just about every inning as well. Nonetheless, you can follow along on the web pass and, of course, here in Green Bay on 107.1. About to get underway here. The first pitch to Ivan Nunez comes across, it's swung on and fouled away back and out of the stadium. 0-1. Ivan Nunez coming into the bat rather. Posting an all right day. Struck out looking his first time up. Trying to get into the swing of things here in Green Bay. Fouls that one away. 0-2 count. No outs on the board. Nobody on here in the top of the 9th. 0-2 pitch. Swung on. High fly ball left field. And that's going to land out of the stadium, but in foul territory. Nice swing there from Nunez over the Bud Light Beach Club out in left field, which if you radio listeners are trying to figure out what that is, it's essentially a beach out in left field. There's some sand out there, some beach chairs, looks like a stove, and some seating area that people are allowed to get out. Nonetheless, it's an interesting spot to watch a ball game. Of course, there's a Liney's deck out in right field. Nonetheless, out in right field, the Liney's deck, very similar, but there's no beach. It's it's a great deck out there. I'd love to have that on my back porch. You can watch the game out there. There's some great deals, family fun packs, and drinks until the 7th inning if you get a ticket out there. Of course, one of the bigger fan attractions here in Green Bay as the 1-2 pitch is fouled away. 1-2. No outs on the board here. Nobody on. Top of the ninth. Bullfrogs trying to get away with the win. 1-2 pitch. Low in the dirt. Moves it even now. 2 balls, 2 strike. Plunkett able to get in front of it. Until he's kind of getting sore back there. Nonetheless, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on. Darren Kelly kicks the leg and delivers. That's well inside. In fact, Nunez has to jump away from it with a hit him otherwise. Moves it to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. Kelly delivers. Swung on. It's a high pop up into left center field. And it finally comes down, and the play is made for the first out of this 9th inning. And it was Brett Bautista, go over to it and squeeze it for the Bullfrogs. Bullfrogs 2 outs away from getting their first win of the season and remaining undefeated. They move to 1-0 if they can get these last 2 outs, but the Woodchucks trying to not let that happen here as Kyle Morzinski digs in. 1 out on the board, nobody on. The delivery swings at the first pitch he sees. Zach Plunkett takes off the mask, finds it in the lights, and grabs it for the second out. So the Bullfrogs 1 out away from their first win of the season. But they're going to have to get past the new batter. And at number 4, the shortstop, Jake Rosen. So Darren Kelly came in the 8th inning, pitched well, has not allowed a run just yet. And so far, managed to get on the bind in that 8th inning. And so far in this one, 2 outs on the board and 2 batters face. A nice breaking ball there, finds the strike zone 0-1. The 0-1 offering from Kelly. Another breaking ball finds its way in there. 0-2, 2 outs, 1 strike away now for the Bullfrogs. Trying to cap off their first win here on opening day, which saw the likes of some storm clouds earlier in the day as the 0-2 pitch goes away. 1-2, saw the likes of Booker T, and of course, a new season as well. Fans here that have stuck around, starting to stand on their feet. The 1-2 pitch, that's a bit low, 2-2.
Rachel, we'll get some post game.
Solid amount of fans have stuck around here for the entirety of the game.
I'll let you know when you're good.
Nonetheless, the 2-2 offering. Swung on, grounded to Ben Hart at second. He's going to scoop it up. A little toss over to Pinner, and the Green Bay Bullfrogs get their first win of the season. They beat the Wisconsin Woodchucks 7-1 here after 9. Jared Tovey will get the win on the day, and Darren Kelly closed things out for the Bullfrogs. They got 11 hits on the day to the Wisconsin Woodchucks 6, and they'll face off against them again tomorrow at Wausau. It's supposed to be an afternoon showing of 6:35 at Wausau. And they're going to face off against the Woodchucks tomorrow for the rematch. Nonetheless, we're going to step away on the radio waves. You've been watching the Northwoods League webcast. Thanks to everyone that has tuned in throughout the broadcast. Thanks for lending your ears tonight from 107.1 WOCO on the live stream and, of course, on the webcast. I've been Nolan Knight. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 well and pump service. Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a brewpub pizza? Designed to be the best pub pizzas ever made, every brew pub lots of matzo pizzas made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brew Pub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
We've heard it time and time again. You want local loan decisions and servicing, faster turnaround, and answers to your questions handled right here in Oconto. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we've got all of those bases covered, from local loan decisions and on-time closings to great rates and fair terms. Visit me, Bob Schwartz, at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. I've helped many people, and now I'd like to help you with your next loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from the thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.